carry out their duties independently. William Ruto and I will never talk to a judge to rule a matter either this way or that way.
Okay.
William Ruto and I will never look for the DPP to ask him fix so and so. We will never ask police to go and arrest our opponents on a Friday so that we punish them. We will never do that. Ours is the exact opposite. It's empowering independent institutions
to do their
give
work.
more money to the judiciary,
okay.
allow the police to have their financial autonomy to do their work. And Sophia, where would William Ruto and I get time to interfere with their freedom?
You have made your point.
Our hands are full.
Yes.
Our interest is full. We must fix the economy. That is our priority. And we are clear in our mind that we cannot have time for sideshows and for doing anything else outside fixing the economy and restoring the dignity of the Kenyan people.
And you've talked extensively about the judiciary and its independence and funding of it, and even mentioned the remarks that we had from the former Prime Minister, Azimio leader Raila Odinga. He has said there needs to be, using the language in fact you were using during the campaigns, and we'll get to the state capture, saying that there's state capture when it comes to judiciary. He talked about the same on IEBC. I saw you in Mombasa, I think it was at the airport, at the lounge at some point, had a discussion. Perhaps let's start there. What were you discussing?
No. I ran into Right Honorable Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister, and by any definition, a senior citizen of this country. And we are not enemies. We are not. Disagreeing politically is not enmity. It is this outgoing administration that made political differences to be enmity. Raila Odinga and I know each other. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he came to my home to bury my late brother, the late Governor Rigathi Gachagua. That is not something I take lightly. So when we bumped each other at the airport, we went and sat at the VIP lodge, and we had a tete-a-tete, and we had a nice time.
Anything about?
Nothing. We just talked about our country. We talked about the elections that are over, and I requested him with a lot of humility, because he's much older than me. He's been more experienced than I am, and I talked to him with a lot of respect, and I pleaded with him to take up his role and lead his troops to keep us in check and hold us to account, because we want to succeed. And let me tell you, Sophia, an effective opposition is good for any country. Why we have a problem in this country for the last 5 years? There was no opposition. We had a mongrel of a government. You don't know who is opposition, who is government. It was so a mix-up, and that is why things went out of their way. That is why we have empty coffers.
So what did he say?
Because there was nobody to ask any question.
So what did he say?
No, he said he is up to the task. He has done it before, and he told me he'll keep us in check very vigorously. And I said that is as it should be. And I want to say, and I want to ask everybody in this country, the elections are over. Let us respect each other. Let us work together for this country. The Right Honorable former Prime Minister is a Kenyan, a senior citizen. Our government will accord him due respect and will give him all the perks that he is entitled to as a former Prime Minister. He'll get his security, he'll get his movement, he'll be accorded status at all airports. You know, he'll use the VIP lodges. And we have no intention to muzzle the opposition. We have no intention to harass the opposition. We want a loyal opposition, and I urge the opposition to be vibrant.
And yet some of their members are already shaking hands.